Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Blue Water Stadium here on CelloSport. I'm Chris Sarek here with James McPeak, starting a little bit early. Mike Whitehead, as officious as always, getting us underway a little bit early. Obviously had a couple of games overrun on other grounds, so maybe just trying to keep ahead of the game in that respect. But we bring you the big game in Group B versus Hamilton and Northern Rovers. Hamilton playing in the all-white and Rovers in the yellow and black. So first opportunity to welcome Jimmy. Good to have you back again for this game, mate.
Thanks for having me again, Chris. Again, interesting to see a couple of teams out of the northern region who unfortunately weren't able to attend last year. So again, this might be the first iteration of Northern Rovers since the amalgamation between Glenfield and Forest Hill Milford. So opportunity for these guys to make a bit of history for the new club and see how it all goes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have these Auckland sides back in the comp after a year as Hamilton Wanderers drive down the outside, trying to create themselves an early chance, but with themselves a corner. There's some tight matches that we've seen on Blue Water today. We obviously started with Birkenhead getting over Napier City Rovers 2-1. Then we had the Phoenix 1-0 against Suburbs in the women's draw. And a 0-0 in the last game that we brought to you. Hoping to see some goals here today. The first set piece doesn't quite deliver one. As Northern Rovers get it clear.
Yeah, again, it speaks to, first and second matches of the day. Everyone's still got some fresh legs and aren't making too many errors and again playing in the right area. So as the day wears on, it's getting a bit warmer out there. It's a good Hawke's Bay day. So we'll see if there are a few issues with some players with a few lapses of concentration and that little bit of quality actually starts to shine through and create some really good goal scoring opportunities.
So Rovers a little bit wayward on the throw-in, but they get away with it. They would have maintained possession through a challenge. Looking to break forward, but it should be easily cleared by the goalkeeper, who gets good distance on his clearance.
Again, both teams just settling in to things and a bit of a feeling out period.
Oh, nice little ball at the top.
Ooh,
Ooh.
wow.
Took it early. Took the keeper by surprise. You probably didn't recognise a chip that didn't go in, James.
Fortunately, that the goalkeeper was aware of where his posts were and managed to save himself. Otherwise, it could have been a little bit dangerous. You've had a run-in with a post, haven't you, Chris, up here?
So first set piece for Northern Rovers. Hangs it in, good delivery. First header cleared well by Hamilton. Long range strike. A little bit more hopeful.
Yeah, again, you'd probably like to see a bit of an angled delivery there. They had a couple of runners out here on this near side that were willing and able, so potentially, again, just playing the percentages, getting the ball in the box and seeing what happens from a bit closer. Again, neither team really looking to play, but here's a break.
Oh, could be an opportunity, but yeah. Flag goes up.
Again, that might just be the nature of it, winning a flick on and having a gamble with your strike partner and getting through one-on-one there. Unfortunately, it just mistimed his run.
Yeah, it wasn't too far away, was it?
Again, though, the Northern Rovers coach won't be happy that one straight ball's been able to beat his back four.
But other than that, it's kind of slight lapse. It's been a good start from Rovers. So when you get this ball in from the throat, gets a nice flick on through. And away. He's going to have to wait for support up there. Second runner joins the box. But Wanderers get it clear.
Again, some good control position here from Rovers, and they've got 3 in the box now, so a good delivery in.
Yeah, good option to spin on that, try to get it to close down on the other side as opposed to just jumping, trying to get ahead on it when you're never going to get up there. But yeah, the games always seem a little bit slower than kind of the Northern Central League games that we're used to with no ball boys around the outside. So it gives a bit of respite to the players kind of into their second game, and they'll certainly need it heading into their third game of the tournament.
Good wee touch there from Hamilton, and forward runners now. Chose to recycle play, so we'll see how this develops. Northern Rovers not too interested in a press, but they are playing a very high line here at the back, as you'll see.
Yeah, one just trying to get around it. But the fullback's got enough pace to deal with it. We'll probably draw a foul here. But he's able to clip it around the corner. So Hamilton Wanderers just easing it around the back four, trying to bring it forward, but the first pass really into that front third, just a little bit wayward. Gives Rovers a chance to just turn it over.
Fantastic range there from the goalkeeper, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important if you've got a goalkeeper that is accurate over that sort of distance. Just so helpful when you're trying to start those quick counter-attack moves. Wanderers looking for that clip ball into the right. Plenty of time here to get his head up for the delivery. Delivers well. Oh, touch near post. It was an awkward height. He just got it looked to be just getting like a knee on it. He just couldn't turn it home.
Yeah, again, a fantastic ball out wide from Hamilton Wanderers, and a willing runner and your fullback joining in there, and three players flooding the box, and unfortunately he's just got himself past that near post and can't quite turn it back. Again, seems to be the fashionable thing to do these days, is split your 2 centre backs on your 6-yard box and play out from a goal kick. Could cause some problems though.
Wanderers really driving into the box now, really causing problems. Gets a little scuff strike away. Half cleared by Rovers. Looking to complete the clearance now. Yeah, get away throw him.
Referee Whitehead's about to have some words with one of the Glenfield Rovers players. Some encouragement from the sideline about how the referee should deal with that situation, depending on what side of the ledger you're on, depending on your opinion.
Yeah, he got a warning and then kind of pushed it a little bit more. I was quite surprised there was no card, but we move on. Wanderers turn it back over. They're really looking for that space down this right-hand side. They've got some good joy out of going down that route so far.
Again, it just appears that Rovers have set a little bit deeper in their defensive line after having a couple of attacks come around the outside. So, again, we might get to see it. Again, Mr. Whitehead having a conversation with one of the Glenfield Rovers players.
Yeah, I think it's just clear to both sides now. It's just a get on with it game. You're going to get a call here or there. Just move on.
Unfortunately, that was a little bit overhit from Hamilton Wanderers. Again, an interesting looking at the switch ball there. There was some space out there, but unfortunately the wind just seemed to take it away a little bit. Northern Rovers don't seem to be getting too many players around the ball though at the moment. Most of the front three seem to be operating quite isolated, so I assume there'll be some messaging coming from the sideline about trying to get a little bit closer together so that they can play a little bit closer rather than relying on the one-off runs or balls.
Yeah, you'd think so. I think that's a good point. Again, Wanderers down this right-hand side. A lot of numbers down there now.
It's a foul, but he did seem to make a little bit out of it to get the call from the referee.
Yeah, it was a foul. He got it. Rovers can get us moving forward. And again, he gets into this midfield zone and 2 point before James. It's in here now. They need to have more of a link up. Front three can't just run away and hope to be found. It's a tricky ball to hit.
Again, it's early stages, but it does appear that Hamilton Wanderers do seem to be, finding position a little bit better, finding their players, playing into their game plan, obviously recycling the ball around the back and trying to release this right back here, who again is on the back line.
Yeah, again, it's another good ball into the channel. This time it's just that little bit deeper so the defensive unit could get over to clean it up. But again, it's just showing that's the space that they're giving up, and Hamilton happy to take it. Trying the other channel now, out to the left-hand side. It's time the flag goes up.
Seems to be a common occurrence today, Chris. Unfortunately, some of the wide players not looking across the line and find themselves just that half yard offside, which, again, as a coach is very frustrating given that was a very promising move that had built up from Hamilton.
Yeah, and I don't think it was one of those slide rule ones where you've kind of, the ball's just got to be delivered at the right time. I think you had a little bit of time to be able to check. Looking at it back, it was pretty tight. I don't think he missed by much. A bit scrappy in midfield. Rovers able to retain possession though. Keep going down that same side. It just gets more and more congested down there.
Hamilton Wanderers making an early substitution. Looks like he must have taken a knock early doors.
Yeah, you'd think a change kind of 13 minutes in indicates an injury problem as opposed to something tactical.
We have also seen the phenomenon of a sub being subbed twice already today, so it'll be interesting to see whether that appears later on.
Rovers with a strike. Shot off target though. Yeah, sub in a 50-minute game. It's got a sting.
Again, Hamilton very comfortable on the ball here. Rovers not too worried about engaging too high up the field.
Yeah, nice little interchange of runners here. Just straightening the pass up a little bit. Good bit of movement from Hamilton Wanderers.
Again, what's been a relatively successful ploy so far today is 2 or 3 passes around the back, skipping midfield, going that little bit longer, and like you say, Chris, the movement of the front two has been fantastic so far from Hamilton.
Defensive challenge that need to be made. He's trying to slip it. He's probably offside there too, and is. Yeah, hard moment to be patient there.
Again, Hamilton keeping this game moving relatively quickly.
Yeah, they both seem to be quite keen to just get on with it. After a stoppage, just get the ball down and play. Again, they've gone for that angle ball. Comfortable for the goalkeeper. But you can see that the space was there to hit. It was just a slightly wayward ball, only by a couple of metres, but you could see if it was a little bit more to the right, it could have been troublesome for Rovers.
A little bit predictable there from Rovers from the play out. Obviously going into to wide areas and then a longer one into the striker who wasn't able to win his one-on-one battle. And now Hamilton just recycle it. And again, we look to go probably a little bit longer here.
Yeah, well read. Try to split those three centre-backs. It's going to be a tough ball to do centrally. The press was enough just to put Rovers off, make the pass wayward. Hamilton can settle back into position again. So midfielders can just drop in off the centre-backs, pick up the ball with very little pressure on them. So Rovers happy to set that line a little bit deeper. Yeah, two pretty rigid banks of four there to try to pass through, and can't be done. Gets intercepted, so now they'll come forward on the counter attack.
Again, it would have been great to see Rovers go at pace with that one. Unfortunately, the ball got stuck under his feet and he wasn't able to do it, given Hamilton were quite expensive in the play out. Rovers doing a very good job just to sit there in the mid-block at the moment. Again, there's three Hamilton players here on the near side that have all lined up, making some really good movement. And a fantastic diagonal switch ball there.
Pulled it back. Oh, it's free to the back post. Yeah, I think he just had a missed swing at it.
Golden opportunity there for Hamilton Wanderers.
Want to get something out, gets a throw in. They're knocking on the door, they're getting close to Hamilton. Still yet to register a shot on target in the first kind of 18 minutes of this game. But they're getting into good areas and they're causing problems. Another long throw in. Oh, skipped over everyone. Kind of dropped in on the 6-yard box, but Rovers can bring it away. A 1v5 situation, he'll need to wait for a mate.
It'll be interesting if there's some more conversations here.
Yeah, yellow card. Probably can't have too many complaints. Just went for a big swing of the ball and you could hear the connection to the shin pad behind the glass. Here in the media room at Blue Water Stadium.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a little bit mistimed. It didn't appear to be any malice, but
no, and there wasn't any real complaint from the player that got fouled. Just move on with it. Off the set piece, clip into the box. Good delivery, good strong keeping.
And now looking to break relatively quickly. Well read by Hamilton Wanderers though, and have tied it up very well.
Yeah, they boxed it out well with their back three there. Make it hard for the isolated striker trying to bring it down or get on the turn. They can just sit back into kind of set position in the back third now. Clipping over the top into that left channel. And he wins himself a corner. No. Defender plays it off the striker and it's out for a goal kick. Great defending.
Very good defending there. He had to make that challenge. There were three willing runners in the box there for Hamilton, so if a delivery was in, it's a very good opportunity there for Hamilton.
Yeah, Northern Rovers, they went through a period in that first half where they were giving up that space, but they weren't really getting much in terms of delivery into the area. Now that's kind of changed, and they're getting the runners and they're getting delivery into the box. They're going to have to either stop the channel ball or stop the delivery. I don't think they can sit there and wait probably for the second half and just hope that they don't get caught on one of them.
Again, it'd be interesting to see if a couple of these Rovers strikers could actually put some pressure on this ball so that the longer diagonal ball isn't quite as accurate.
So happy to recycle back.
But again, Hamilton are almost playing with a front five here.
Yeah, now they'll be looking for that angle ball. There it is. It's a great one too. Perfectly placed. He's just going to try to beat his man and get a delivery in if he can. Gets held up well. And gets himself a corner. Those angle balls really are being an effective weapon here for Hamilton Wanderers.
And again, really, obviously, a real compliment to the coaching staff here at Hamilton Wanderers, given all of their players understand the various roles and know where to be. So, again, it's a very easy decision to make to send that diagonal ball when you know you've got runners. Unfortunately, it doesn't beat the first man in this corner.
That's everyone's biggest bugbear in football, as Rovers bring it away. So approaching the end of this first half, another tight one.
Yeah, again, no real clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities so far. But again, it does feel as though Hamilton do have the ascendancy in this one.
Yeah, I think Northern started probably the brightest. But certainly Hamilton Wanderers have grown into this game and really started to dominate it in the last 5 or 10. We haven't seen a huge amount. There's still nothing on target from the Wanderers as yet. But they're certainly getting into better positions. They just have to really focus in on turning promising possession and territory into actual chances on goal.
And again, that's the argument in football today, isn't it, Chris? It's all well and good having all the possession, but if you're not creating genuine goal-scoring opportunities, then obviously Rovers are doing their job.
Absolutely. Another set piece here, offside. Rovers really need to get some sort of position, get their foot on the ball. Hamilton Wanderers in behind here. Great opportunity. Strikes. Finish. There's the breakthrough. First strike on target. First goal.
Very good composure there. Managed to turn his man and put it in the bottom corner.
It's just strength was the big part of that. Like it didn't even look like a chance when he brought it down. I thought he was just going to get cleared up, but it was just the power to get into the box. Then once he brought himself a yard, it was a very composed finish to kind of roll it back the other direction on the goalkeeper. The 24th minute. It's going to hurt Rovers just before the break.
Again, probably relatively the only silver lining is that you do get in and see your coach relatively sharply to understand what the game plan is now. Again, trying to claw the...
Yeah, it could be another opportunity here for Hamilton. Breaks down. Good first save. Follow-up deflected. Out for a corner. Wow. That would have been a quick 1-2 punch to take a 2-0 lead into the break.
Again, the danger still isn't clear with a corner for Hamilton Wanderers.
No, they'll be hoping nothing comes of this and they hear the half-time whistle and get them for a drink and a bit of a regroup because they've been rocked pretty late in this first half by Hamilton. Just patiently waiting to take the set piece. Because last one didn't get over the first man, so we're looking for a good delivery here. They get one. win the header, but just a little bit underneath it. And just over for a goal kick, which won't be taken. Here's Mark Whitehead, the man in the middle. Just signalled half-time. Half-time where Hamilton take a late lead over Northern Rovers into the break. And it could have been 2, could have easily been 2.
Again, a really good opportunity there for Hamilton to double their lead at the back end of the half, which unfortunately they weren't able to capitalise. So, again, 1-0, not the worst outcome for Rovers, given some of the ascendancy that Hamilton were able to gain during that half. But we'll see whether they're able to bring out a new game plan in the second half and counter-punch Hamilton.
Welcome back from the short break. It's getting quite nice and warm, as you'd imagine, out here in Napier. So the players have got some drinks on board. And Rovers get us back underway in the second half.
Again, potentially taking some of the learnings from the first half of Hamilton and playing a little bit of a longer diagonal ball there.
Oh, goalkeeper losing his footing, recovers well to pick up. That would have given him a little bit of a Heart palpitation coming off his line.
Again, that's all it takes, though, unfortunately, is a slip or a mistake, and all of a sudden Rovers are straight back in this game.
Yeah, it was certainly one of those games that was, even for large parts of the first half, Hamilton started to turn the screw a little bit towards the end of the first period and then scored the goal late. Almost got a second one late too, to really kind of assert themselves in a bit of ascendancy here. Rovers going to have to start strong, because if they keep allowing this wide space to Wanderers like we're seeing exploited now, it could be a long 25 minutes for them.
Again, and unfortunately from a Rovers perspective, they're looking to counter, their entire team's below the D in their defensive area, so it's not particularly promising to spring a quick counter either. So Hamilton have done a really good job here of really nullifying that counter-attack threat as well. Again, you see the Hamilton player just stepping forward and winning that second phase ball.
You can see the 2 banks of 4 for Rovers here.
Unfortunately, the ball was just a little bit heavy. Didn't manage to drag it in. But again, not the worst outcome for Hamilton, playing a bit of territory.
Rovers gets the ball back in. Nice little flick on. It's the right idea. It might be a little bit far. Wanderers will be able to clean this up. Golly probably would have liked a little bit more juice on that back pass, but had enough to get it away. Good drinking run. This is out to the last man. The last Wanderers the space to carry the ball. Try to cut inside where it was a bit too tight.
Good challenge there on this near sideline. And again, Hamilton just looked to settle the play down, cycle.
Saw him have a look. Saw him have a look at that channel. I thought that channel ball was coming. Thought better of it.
And you're going to be interesting to see here. The last one was a bit straighter. No, back to the big crossfield diag.
Just couldn't bring it under.
Again, though, Rovers' shape was a lot better to try and defend that crossfield ball this time. So obviously some good work on the sideline from the coaches at halftime, and the messages have been heard from the players.
Rovers driving forward. Yeah. Couple of tugs of the jersey as he went. So no advantage given here by referee Whitehead. Set up a set piece now for Rovers to really attack. Like they're sending some good numbers into the box here. We're just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. Easily taken.
And they're doing well here, just slowing the game down. Obviously 1-0 to Hamilton. No real rush for them.
Yeah, a bit of game management. First 5 minutes of the half kind of just about ticked off that first block of minutes. Just get themselves closer to that final whistle.
Some brilliant interplay through midfield though.
Now they're finding the space in this wide area. A lot of numbers back here though for Rovers. So it's going to be an individual effort, you'd imagine. Which he's taking right to the edge. Blocked. Great run.
And back in the mixer here from Hamilton. Dealt with by Rovers though.
So again, Rovers happy to sit into their 2 banks of 4 to defend. They win that first ball that comes in. Now they look to get on the counter attack, or at least sustain some ball. Just ran into a bit of trouble and Made that last ball difficult then. Just lifted it up and out of play. Hamilton won't mind that at all.
And again, the gamesmanship starts with the Northern Rovers coach having to take on the second role of ball person to keep the game going.
Yeah, so you got to do when you're trailing in these games. But
Good
Rovers comes back well to win the ball. It's driving in. It's got four to go up against.
And then just as quickly, looks like Hamilton here on the counter attack.
Keeps driving forward. Numbers for both sides. So the passing's going to be accurate. Get to the side of the box. Little dink across. Rovers comfortably win that first header.
But again, Hamilton managed to pick up the second phase. And again, shut down that opportunity for a counter-attack very well.
Substitutions coming for Glenfield Rovers. Northern Rovers. My apologies.
Bit of a false start there. Getting the game back started.
Yeah, underway now.
Again, Hamilton Wanderers just seem to be getting the rub of the green there in the middle of the field. The ball just seems to be bouncing their way and winning those 50-50 battles. And then once they've won it, just recycling it around the back. Again, bit of game management.
Nice. Allow play to go. Hamilton can go into the area. Drives it to the byline. Gets a corner. Yeah, there's a bit of dissent there. For the perceived lack of decision, I guess.
Again, it felt like it was a 50-50 challenge, and unfortunately, the Hamilton Wanderers player got the better of him there.
Yeah, and I'd say Mark Whitehead's made it clear enough that he doesn't want to tolerate any more of that bat chat. So hardly surprising, he's gone straight to the book this time.
And again, as we mentioned earlier on, with these players walking the tightrope, when you're on a yellow card, 2 yellows during any of the pool matches, and you end up with a suspension. So again, it's almost a senseless booking there. But again, what can you do now?
Again, first corner doesn't beat the first man, but Hamilton can regather it, although they just hoist one up towards the edge of the box. They somehow get it back again. Driven to the byline, took a bit of contact.
Very well defended there, showing on the byline and using that as your friend. Again though, Northern Rovers trying to keep this tempo going. Doesn't have a huge number of outlets here. It's a good challenge.
Yeah, players just came together there. I think they both had eyes on the ball. Northern Rovers tried to clear. It looked like it went out. Lino's got the flag up, so they will come back. It's a little bit more controlled from Rovers, just bringing the ball forward.
Again, I'd like to see this group of midfielders sort of join in with the front line here. It's going to be an absolute world if you're going to score from the top of the 18-yard box.
Oh,
and again, you've got delivery, but only one Northern Rovers player in the box to try and win that. It'd just be great to see some of these Rovers try to chance their arm a little bit, these midfielders, and join in and potentially get beyond the strikers.
yeah, getting into the last 15 minutes of this match now. So yeah, to your point, they are going to have to take a risk or two as we get closer to the end. Again, drops to the edge. Good strike. Never trouble the keeper. Just waved it on its way out for a goal kick. A little bit less panicked than the previous ball that just never came down above his reach.
And again, Hamilton still looking at this play out.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're happy in the play out because they're winning, so they can rotate it around here, and eventually Rovers are going to have to come and put some pressure on, which is just going to leave space for that channel ball that they like hitting and they've been so successful with through the course of the game.
Here you go. Speak of the devil. But again, fantastic Hamilton there to pick up the second phase and try continue the move even if they don't win the first ball.
Yeah, defensively, Rovers have been much better second half in terms of the fullback positioning to not make that ball so easy. There's definitely been a change at half time. But it's probably meant that the fullbacks, as Hamilton almost get to the byline and get themselves a corner, but it also probably means that both fullbacks have stayed home more in the second half. So from an attacking perspective, they might lose out a bit. So, you know, as we go through what's left of this half, maybe that's where the risk is going to come in, because they're going to have to get forward. They're going to have to try to create some opportunities now.
And again, you know, looking at this picture, they've got 11 players back in their 18-yard box, which is challenging to score from if you're looking to counter quickly.
Yeah, flat delivery from Wanderers. It gets cleared to the edge, but you know, as you say, there's no pressure behind. They can see all the pressure in front of them because that's where the players are. 1v1 situation. Great little drink inside, takes it back outside. Again, Rovers comes back in. Nice flick on.
Rovers has done well to get out of this tight little spot down here on the right hand side.
Yeah, they certainly have.
But again, just not unfortunately able to find that final link ball.
Yeah, Hamilton, as you can see, happy to not put the ball at risk unless they really see a clear-cut opportunity. So happy to rotate it between the centre-backs now. Northern are going to have to make a decision at what level they start to come in and press this ball.
Advantage given there, as there were a couple of hands in the back from the Hamilton player. This looks a little bit more promising from Rovers, being able to pick up that second phase ball. And
yeah, he needs to get something out of this if he can. He doesn't. Hamilton can ease the pressure with a throw-in. The change, 2 changes coming for Hamilton. Again, nice way to just run the clock down slightly.
looks like a couple of attacking changes as well, Chris. So maybe some fresh legs to continue to keep up with that very good movement that we've seen so far today in this match.
Done well to get out of that tight area. As Wanderers bring the ball forward. It's receiving a little bit deeper on this left side.
Again, happy just to put your foot on it, recycle, and go back out to your centre backs who have been very good on the ball today.
Angle ball forward. First coming together, not judged a foul, so play continues. Deeper into the box, strikes across goal, good save. Comes back, strikes again. Out to the far post.
Outstanding last-ditch defending there from the Rovers players.
Good delivery back in.
I think he could have given some advantage there. Has to be a booking now, doesn't it?
Considering where the ball landed, yeah, it has to be. Has to be, just watching it roll through. It was actually a great ball. Yes, it was a foul. It was a great ball clipped. I wonder whether we got a word of offside from the line, and maybe if they were mic'd up, perhaps. You would have liked to have seen the flag. But they've got a set piece, a good area. Let's see if they can make something out of this. Just hang it to the back post, but Rovers get it clear.
Again, though, unfortunately.
He just needed a luckier bounce than that off the challenge. Kind of just spun back, up and over his head. But Rovers have been able to maintain position. Looking to get an opportunity to get a strike here, and he does. I think he must have taken a little deflection and popped straight up and into the keeper's arms.
Again, another promising attack coming from a defensive set piece there. Good transition moment from Rovers.
Yeah, look lively. Good industry to win the ball. Create themselves a chance, and they're going to have to show more and more of that as we get into these last 8 minutes. Another great ball over the top. Wanderers looking to close this game out now. Drives in, good strike, side netting.
Again, Wanderers managing to find some space down that right-hand side and create a crossing or a shooting opportunity. Again, fantastic cover defence by Rovers to be able to push that out for a corner, but the danger isn't.
Yeah, danger's not done yet. Another corner to come in. It's their 6th of the afternoon. It's a deep one. Oh, header's one. But it's just backtracking a little bit too much. Hard to get any power. Did well to get it on target, to be fair. But it was a pretty easy scoop for the goalkeeper. And it just sends Rovers back down the other end on the counter-attack. Staff asking for a foul. Nothing given. That's a nice ball.
Fantastically weighted ball.
Going to get a finish at the end of it. Great defending. The covering defending is... Didn't get a touch. He's given the goal kick, but you can't set yourself when you see that challenge coming. It's so hard just to strike through that line of the ball.
Again, fantastic to see the effort of these Rovers players getting back and cover defence, and we're really working hard for each other to, again, come together. And unfortunately, if one of your mates makes a mistake, it's great to have a mate there that'll help you out and cover for you.
Yeah, we start to see the kind of the risk we were talking about earlier. The fullback's getting nice and high. Rovers here now, knowing that it's going to be worth the risk, just trying to get themselves back in the game in the last 6 minutes. Yeah, trying to get that high line. Now they retreat as the ball gets played. They should be able to roll out and take this away.
Don't mind that though from the Wanderers player. You know, it's not a bad foul to give away. It gives your teammates an opportunity to get set up behind the ball and let the defender know you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, all strikers love a challenge. So Rovers just starting to see a little bit more of the ball the last couple of minutes. wouldn't say it was really controlled possession at this stage, but they're certainly getting in and amongst it, winning a lot of second phase ball, and they're just trying to get it into creative areas now.
Yeah, again, they've brought a bit more intensity to the second half, which would have been great to see in the first half, but again, they're certainly creating far more opportunities in the last 5 or so minutes than they have for the rest of the game, which is...
Yeah. Well, this ball forward all started from a challenge in midfield as Rovers get towards the box. Just rushed it, drew a bit of contact and went down. But nothing given, and it's a goal kick that the Wanderers goalkeeper will take his time with.
Going to be great to see this pair of Rovers strikers come a little bit higher. Nope. Goalkeepers decided that we're going route one with this one. Sensible decision, all circumstances considered.
Yeah, Rovers win the big first header. Nice little interplay. I think it's just cramp that got him as he went down, just trying to stretch it out. It's just having a look. Yeah, I think they just need to get him off and get a replacement on and keep moving forward. Keep the initiative they've just kind of given themselves over the last couple of minutes.
Has caused a bit of a reshuffle around the Rovers team though. Some creative footwork there.
He's done well to get through that gap.
The referee's pulled it back. Seen a foul after the play. And an opportunity for Rovers to...
Yeah, sending everyone up. Sending everyone up now with 48 minutes gone.
Do you think we'll see a goalkeeper goal?
Where's he going? He's going to be the assist maker, it looks. Just not far enough. Needed to get a little bit further than the edge. Rovers bobbles through to them. Gets into the wide area. They need numbers in the box.
Goalkeeper does enough there. Sends it out onto Park Island number 14.
Yeah, I think his centre back was hoping he was just going to come and claim that. But no, out's enough. Just out of the danger area. That's the important thing.
Here's one of the long throws, Chris.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of this weekend. It's a bit of a throwback. Excuse the pun. Out to the edge. So we have the little side-footed placement one. Whether that was a ball or whether he was just trying to position it inside the post, I'm not sure. Oh, he's left his mate short there. He was lucky to get that away to the goalkeeper.
I have a feeling this is going one direction, Chris.
Yeah.
Up into Rosed.
Another long throw down the line. Rovers just trying to get any kind of half chance in the last part of this game. Hamilton, great header. That's what you need at this point of the game. A long ball into back four, and someone just getting up and really crisp header away.
Again, there doesn't appear to have been too much that's challenged the Hamilton Wanderers back.
No, and Whitehead brings the game to a close. Great game. Very interesting watch between Hamilton and Northern Rovers.
Again, obviously after this morning's tight tussles, it was nice to see a bit more free-flowing football. might be a little bit indicative of the tiring bodies out there. But Hamilton had a really good plan of attack and played to that really, really well and created some great opportunities. Unfortunately for Rovers, it wasn't to be today.
Yeah, no, they kind of bustled about and did their best, but I think Hamilton kind of set their stall out well, knew exactly what they were going to do, and took this Group B encounter down in a really tight manner, 1-0. Obviously, they had more shots overall and a few more on target, but Northern put themselves about, made a good fist of it. Good game. So thank you everyone for joining us in for this Group B game. We'll be back in about 50 minutes on Blue Water for the next game. We'll have other games running on Pitch 5, so certainly jump on the channel and see what other games are available for you. And we'll see you all again soon.